The prophet of thought. Open your mind. 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 Open your mind.
Open your mind.
The prophet of thought. It's the new dark exodus live.
D.X.L. You know.
Dark exodus. Think about this. Dark exodus. Dark exodus. Dark exodus.
And peace, folks. Welcome back to another edition of the Proper Thought series right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why your black asses are here. Tonight, as y'all can see, this is a special edition of Dark Exodus Live, because y'all know we usually don't do this shit until 9:30. But the brothers came to me and they said they wanted to come on and speak about it. But before we get started, first things first, as always, I have to start the show off with thanking all you good folks. Who the hell is calling me in the middle of my shit? Hold on, y'all. Damn it. Time for this right now. Anyway, yeah, like always, I always start the show off with thanking you good folks, man, for everything that you do for this platform. You know, your like, your shares, your subscriptions, your views, and of course, your hard-earned pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces. Because you don't have to do it. You don't. You don't have to watch these damn streams. You don't have to watch the playbacks. You don't have to subscribe to this channel. You don't have to contribute to the conversation. And you definitely don't have to give up your hard-earned coins. But you good folks choose to do so, man. Y'all choose to do so. Excuse me, y'all. I'm cleaning my damn glasses. God damn it. I'm old. I need them. You don't have to do all of that stuff, man, but y'all choose to do it, man. And I say this a lot at the beginning of the show. There's nowhere I can go. All right. There's nowhere I can go and people don't know who I am. And I know that that's not just because of me. I know that. I'm not stupid. I know that. I know it's because of the people who hang out in this chat room right here. And I know it's because of you good folks out there. And I appreciate it, man. As always, I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm appreciative, man. And I just want y'all to know, man, that I appreciate all the support that you give this platform, this channel, and ultimately the support you give me. And I thank you. All right. All right. So let's get at it, shall we? Tonight, we're gonna have the Hoodservatives on tonight. Now, let me go ahead and say this. It's been brought to my attention here recently that there's some degree of tension or whatever between certain folks. So I have brothers up here. I want them to, what is this? Okay, will do. I want y'all to know that this is not a show that's going to be taking shots at folks, because y'all know that's not what we do up here. It's just not. Brothers are allowed to come up here and speak their piece, but this is not an avenue for brothers' beefs. This is not an avenue for brothers to take shots at other brothers. That's not what we're doing here. All right? It's not. You got to beef with somebody. I have another forum. It's called the debate stage. You can square off in the digital squared circle. All right? All right. So, with that, let me bring in Brother Trey. Brother Trey, what's good with it, man? Brother Trey?
Yo, what's going on, X?
What's good with it, man?
Man, I'm just chilling, man. Another night, man, out here on the road, bro.
All right.
You know, making this paper, man.
All right. So you hit me up the other day, full disclosure, and you said you wanted to come up here and you wanted to chop it up. So, oh, there go Brother David. Hold on.
Okay,
Brother David, what's good with it?
What's going on, X? Thanks for having us up.
Absolutely, man. So, what's on your minds?
Go ahead, Trey, jump
Man,
into it.
all right. So, just real quick, before we get into all this, supposed beef stuff and all that other stuff, first X, man, I'm just gonna tell you how it is, man. We got a network, bro. We Hoodservatives, man. We from the hood and we from the barrio. You got the black cats and the Latin cats, and we just hold it down, man. We got a network, most of us are West Indian descent. We got a Cuban with us, we got a Mexican dude, rolling in the team. They live that life. But we all see things from the perspective now, saving this country, man. What's going on the left is crazy, bro. This ain't, I didn't get my life straight, and put my ass on the line for 21 years, getting blown up, freaking taking, getting shot at, watching my fellow homies get killed over in the desert just to come back here and see what's taking place in countries like Venezuela and Greece happen over here. I didn't spend 21 years learning how to fight communists so they can come over here and take over. What's the whole point of it, man? But just want to give a shout out, man, to them folks, man. You can I'll put them in my featured channels or whatever. My man Hood Conservative, Uriah Hood Politics, conservative guy, Uber guy. Matter of fact, tonight he gonna have on Judge Joe Brown on his channel. That's Uber guy. Man, Latina for Freedom, Lily, and my man Coach Intense Fit, and of course, David Monroe, the Hoodservative. But it's that simple, man. Yo, go ahead, David.
Yeah, it's an idea that a lot of us basically came together around, and it's not like some kind of exclusive club. We pretty much welcome into everybody who's birds of a feather in that kind of sense of the way. So it's not like we're trying to pull up the rope behind us. We want this movement to encompass as much of the community as we can reach out to. You know what I mean? Whether you're black, white, brown, whatever, we actually see a certain commonality amongst a lot of different people, especially at the bottom, the common man, the dude from the hood or whatever, the quote unquote real niggas. Like we can see that even dudes that been through the struggle, been through the system and all that, they can see common sense, bro. They know right from wrong. They see how crazy things are getting, and we kind of just we just kind of standing on that platform and like, you know what? You don't have to be like some uptight, rigid motherfucker to be saying the kind of things we say. We believe in what's right. We believe in truth. We believe in freedom. And you know what? We actually like this country, warts and all. It's not the perfect place, but it's probably the most perfect of all the imperfect places in the history of the world. And I'd rather keep it going a little bit longer. I don't want to watch it burn up around me just as I'm hitting my prime, So that's kind of a thing we all kind of come together on. It's just an idea that we agree on.
Well, this is what I've always wanted to ask the brothers, because you brothers, both of y'all are part of my debate league, both of you. Why Hoodservative? Why not just be a conservative, a black conservative? Why are both of y'all from the hood? Are y'all
Man,
from the hood?
Man, I'll start it off, man. Everybody, most people on my channel know my story, man. And it's kind of, it's funny. Me and David's stories are kind of similar. I was an Army brat up until I was 5 years old in '79. And my dad, he got out the Army and moved us down to Portsmouth, Virginia. Like, man, they used to call it Little Bogota back in the '80s because that's where all the cocaine used to flow through. And man, crack was like insane down there in Portsmouth. There's a book by an author, I think his name Mark McCall, called Makes You Want to Holler. But the lead antagonist in the story, dude, gangster named Scooby, his son was my best friend coming up, a kid named Chippy. And, worst thing my parents could have did was move us to the hood, because at 5 years of age, that was the formative years. So I went from military. My brothers were already military brats in their teens, but they stuck me dead square in the middle of the hood. And here I am talking all funny with this New York accent and just sounding weird. So I just had to, man, fight my way through it. I was a straight, all A's, and that made it even worse. And then talking proper made it even worse. So I just learned to fight. And, finally, when I got to high school, my parents moved us up out of there, but it was too late. I kept going back. You couldn't keep me up out of there, man. First chance I get, I'm back with my boys in the hood. And then one of the dudes, I became best friends with him when I moved out. And he's a high school principal now. And man, right after Hillary got elected, I ain't gonna lie, I voted for Hillary. I'm a moderate, man. I was, they would call me like a libertarian if I was political, who leaned right. That's what you'd call me if I was political. But when all the craziness started happening, I started listening to Trump's full speeches, and then his power move with not paying them taxes for 20 years. Man, that saved me and my son like 80K on a house we flipped that we took a bad one on when them floods happened in Houston. So my man, when I told my man, hey, I rock with Trump now, man, I don't want to hear that liberal snowflake stuff. He was like, oh man, what, you some kind of hood conservative? And he'd always joke with me about it, man. This is like, what, 2017? But I never took it serious. My YouTube channel was trying to be on some business stuff. I was a big proponent of Glendon Cameron, trying to make moves like he was making. And then, one day I was just like, man, he keep calling me this. I'm like, man, I'm going to go ahead and just try to put it on something. Let me hit up David and see what he thinks. Man, I can't find David's email address. David done changed his name to the Hoodservative. Same exact day when I was like trying to make some graphics. And we was like, yo, we ain't gonna beef for nothing. I'm like, yo, let's do this together. We both conservative and we both out there fighting those battles. Why not? Let's do it together. So, man, that's like my, Hoodservative freaking origin story and shit, man. But I got about that life at 22, man, after I got shot and just got my life all together, man. I became a patriot. I'm a man of faith now. And like, man, I done totally changed my life around even more since this BS happened.
So, that being the case, hold on a second, Brother David.
Yeah.
That being the case, Brother Trey, you're no longer a Hoodservative then. Because if you're not in the hood, how are you a Hoodservative? Wouldn't you just be a regular black conservative?
Yeah, man, I consider myself
in the hood.
A black conservative. Well, I just consider myself conservative, man. I don't even put the black label before anything, man. I don't even need to. I'm just an American who happens to be black and conservative. Only reason, I would do it is because my boy kept harping on it, because whenever he get into some mess or, when my daughter got in some ill trouble, man, you got to bring that side of you back out. And that's the difference between us and, these conservatives, or all these old Republicans that are scared to get their hands dirty. Man, when my daughter went through that stuff, I'm like, bump it. If somebody got to die, if I got to die, it's what it is. I was like, bump it. I don't care. It's about to go down. And it's still to this day. If anybody puts their hands on my daughters, man, hey, you might as well start freaking, what is it? Slow slinging, so singing, flower bringing in all that stuff. It is what it is. And that's what separates us, man.
Okay. Brother David.
Well, like he was saying with the military brat thing, that was like my experience too in a lot of ways. So by the time I was like, I guess around the same time I was hitting puberty too, it was like 6th grade. I guess we get dropped into in Baltimore City after like living on army housing and that kind of suburban military kid lifestyle. That shit was like a whole earth-shattering experience, and you got to like sink or swim at that point. And it was a lot of crazy shit going on. So between like that and in Baltimore, and then like my family's from New York, my family in the projects, still in the projects, a lot of them. So it's like, I am in the hood. You know what I mean? It's not like something I just totally left in that sense. Like, hell, even now I live in a nice place, but the projects is right around the corner from me, and I got relatives that live there too. So like, I understand this shit. You know what I'm saying? I am in this shit, and I see how fucked up it can be, and I see the stupidity of like of the messages that we kind of get taught, and what we're expected to be as quote unquote niggas in the hood. And after a while, and look, to be frank about it, after going through my own shit and going to jail for a little while, and then coming out and then trying to like organize things in my life and then trying to have a family and all that, it reset what I started to see as like proper values and what life is about. And that was kind of the beginning of me like even embracing the ideas of conservative politics without having a name on it. It was just like me organizing my life. And with the Hoodservative thing, it's pretty much like he laid it out, and actually, you've seen me around before doing debates and getting into arguments with different people. It was almost always about politics. And eventually, like, I just kind of adopted the Hoodservative thing as a name because, black and the hood are pretty much synonymous with one another. And the idea, the word kind of encapsulated what I've I kind of want to represent, which is like, why can't a dude from the hood see things this way? What's wrong with that? All the flack I've been taking about certain opinions that I hold that seem like basic logic to me is like, oh, I'm only allowed to think this shit if I'm like a rich white guy. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow. So are you brothers Republicans? Are you Republicans? No.
I'm
Well,
not
me,
registered. No.
no, I'm a registered independent, man. I've never been a Republican. Like I said, I wasn't really into politics. I voted for Barack the first time. I didn't second time. I was like, all right, let me give Hillary a chance. I wasn't really into politics. I'm just, going along. My mom was really political. Like I said, my best friend was. And I was just like, okay, that's what they voting for. All the mainstream news is saying this about Republicans. So you know what? I'm just going to go with the flow, man. I was focused on the military, taking care of my soldiers, then taking care of my kids once I got out. Man, I wasn't thinking about that. And then once that, like I said, once I started getting into some financial trouble with flipping houses and I started listening to Trump, I was like, whoa, hold up. And then I started digging into it. And then the whole, like I said, the conservative thing, my dad raised me, not my mom. My mom kind of like was just there. My dad like held everything together. And he raised us conservatives can be. But me and my oldest brother, we rebelled. We didn't want to be under those rules, man. You know how them Southern Baptists get down. We didn't want to follow those rules. And man, when I was 40 years old, I apologized to my dad, like, man, you was right. But as far as the political stuff goes, nah, man, I ain't no Republican. I'm a single interest voter. And right now, it just happens to be that the red side is the only one with some sense, because if the blue side came out with somebody that would condemn what was going on, the burning, looting, and murdering, man, I'd look their way. But unfortunately, you can't name me one right now that is calling this mess out and being serious about it.
So what do you brothers, I guess conservative brothers, what do you want people to know about you? I mean, what is the main message? I know y'all kind of laid it out because we kind of laying it out tonight, I guess. But what's your main thing that you want people to know about you brothers, and your politics and all that kind of stuff? What's your battle cry, I should say? What's your battle cry?
Well, mine is real simple, man. I lead with one thing. I'll let David get it. Personal responsibility, personal accountability, personal responsibility, personal accountability. Whichever way you want to flip it, that's first and foremost number one with me. Man, David, you can rock from there, bro.
Well, as far as like a generalized message or overall message, I would say this, and this is something we were playing around with as far as like some t-shirt ideas or whatever, but it's okay to be right. You know what I mean? Which is like it's a play on words, you know what I'm saying? It's okay for Black people to be on the right. And frankly, I know I'm right. Like, you can't disprove a lot of what I have to say. So you're not gonna like knock us off the perch because Black people ain't supposed to say that shit. Nah, bro, it's okay to be right.
Okay. So where do you guys think you fit in this space, amongst the brothers, because y'all know how it is here? I mean, where do you think y'all fit? Where do you think you fit?
I don't worry about fitting so much. I'm not sure what you mean.
I kind of get it. Go ahead. Expand on that one for us, Brother X.
Yeah, when I say fit, because that there's certain I don't want to say certain sections, but I guess I can say sections. There's certain sections here, as far as Black men on YouTube. Where do you guys fit into those sections? Are you guys your own section? Are you part of the spear? Are you separate from the spear? That's what I mean.
Right.
Like, where are you?
I would argue we don't consider ourselves a part of the Manosphere. I mean, Trey and I, obviously, we have ties to a lot of people in the Manosphere, and you can't really shake that. But as far as like, message and intent, the Manosphere goes in its own direction, and we kind of have our own thing, I would suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, and me, like, I got into the Manosphere, man. I came into this like just coming up here looking for Alan Roger Curry to ask him some questions about Mode 1 after I wrote the book, and I started watching all the back and forth between him and Obsidian. Man, it was like comedy to me. I was like, man, this Manosphere stuff is fun. I'm enjoying this. And then when the SYSBM movement came around, I was like, man, there's some brothers like me. I'm like, man, bus driver, Babatunde, I've been living that life since like 2003. And it was solidified in 2010, once I split with my ex. So I was like, man, I'm rocking with these SYSBM cats. And I can know you remember, man, the whole Aaron Fountain idea with the WhatsApp group, all that BS when everybody was going in on it. Man, that was a WhatsApp group I helped create and help moderate. And then we ended up switching over to Telegram, and like Aaron Fountain tried to write the hit piece on me. And I'm like, dude, I said, I ain't got nothing against your women, bro. My issue is this. If you don't want to deal with the B-dub, the 96%ers, just leave them alone. Don't talk about them. Don't deal with them. Just have nothing to do with them. If we as brothers in SYSBM want to be like that, just do it. And then another schism happened in my SYSBM movement, my own crew in Telegram, when half of us came out as conservative and the other half came out as like pro-black SYSBM. And the group like split in two. And it was just like, it remained a few of us, there's a few of us over there in the group still, but, we kind of rocked the same way. And then, me and David linked up. So that's how, but I don't really be over here much anymore, man. I support you, Mr. Fantastic Game Changer, and like, even though I beef with Man of Tomorrow, man, I'll go to war with Man of Tomorrow, man. He done made me so much money with his trucking streams. We just see things differently, but our peeps are from the same place. We might be related.
Yeah, well, Man of Tomorrow, brother MOT, everyone knows who he is, well respected here, pretty formidable on the debate stage. I don't think he's been defeated yet. I think he's one of the undefeateds up here. And as far as you and brother David go, you're part of my league. Once you're in, you can't get out. Once you're in, you can't get out.
You didn't tell me the shit was Omerta.
It is.
All right.
Now you know. Now I can't keep you guys for long because I got a big show coming up right after this. At 9:30. I got my man Nate coming through and Babatunde. So I'm gonna try not to keep y'all too long. I'm gonna try not to make this run, past like 9 o'clock. But
I'll go into some things right here, X. Some things we want to talk about to keep it short.
Go ahead.
Man, look, man. Like I said, for the first 22 years of my life, man, I got into stupidity. Even after I joined the army the first time, man, I was still a knucklehead out there thinking, one of them soldiers, that still be out there thinking they back on the block. And man, for anybody, like I said in the chat, asking what hood I'm from, man, they can look up Portsmouth, Virginia, and see how they get down there. But once I, what was I saying? Oh, about this whole beef thing, man. I ain't got no beef, man. That stuff stopped with me when I was 22, man. I got 2 successful businesses, man. 4 kids, I'm trying to have them take over my business. 3 are grown. Man, I ain't got time for that stuff no more, man. Look here. Last night, like I said, I extended the olive branch. And this is the deal with my stuff, man. I ain't trying to trademark no freaking hashtag. I ain't trying to trademark something I just talk about like, look, we grew up in the hood and now we're conservative. Boom, that's it. But we know what it goes on there and we denounce 1000% what takes place in the hood. We want to see it end. Like no BS. But only thing with my stuff, you got my logo, my graphics and all that stuff. It's mine. I own it and it's protected. That's all I got to say with that. But I ain't got no beef, man. If anybody, for me, if anybody else wants to use the moniker, because like I said, everybody in 4 of the people in the crew I mentioned at the beginning of the show, they've been using it for longer than me on social media. Well, 2 of them, my man Hood Conservative and my man Wartime Conservative, the real original Hoodservative, Mexican cat out of Cali. He been using it longer than anybody up here claiming. So I'm like, there's no beef, man. If you want to get down with this movement, get down. If you don't want to rock as a conservative like we do and still use the moniker, do you? That's the thing about being conservative. We don't freaking infringe on anybody's rights. So it is what it is. Like I say, my logo is protected. It's mine. I own it. The hashtag, it's whatever. You can't freaking trademark a hashtag. It's that simple. You got it, David.
Well, when y'all say y'all are conservative, okay? And I don't know that much about conservatism. I used to be a Democrat up until about 24 years ago. I was on the plantation, goddamn it. I was there. All right. I walked along the fences of the plantation when I was a young guy. But I'm a registered independent. Well, actually, now that I'm in North Carolina, they actually register you as unaffiliated. So I don't know that much about conservatism. But what I want to ask you, brothers, is now we know that Black people, we do have some conservative ideas. We have conservative thoughts about certain things. So when y'all talk about y'all are conservatives, is your politics conservative? Do you have conservative politics, or are you conservative socially, or is it a combination of both?
Brother X, did you get that graphic email I sent you?
Yeah, I got it.
Do you mind pulling that up so we could use that just as an illustration of what you're talking about?
All right, hold on a second. You know I'm old, man. This shit takes time.
Go on, brother.
Give me like 35
Man,
minutes.
I tell you, man.
Right.
I tell you, bro, man. You can't even extend the olive branch to cats, man. You chop it up with cats. You talk with them. You tell them about your life, what you do. Like I said, man, X, man. People got my phone number, man. They know how to reach me. That's all I got to say about the beef stuff, man. This stuff was a surprise to me, just like, if anybody else when David brought it to me. And I'm like, look, I'm right here. I ain't got time for beef, man. I'm a businessman. I'm about this money.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm about money, and I'm about the American way, man. I'm a patriot, man. Y'all see my hat, man? 4 times over there. I lost plenty of homies of all races. So it is what it is.
All right, hold on a second. God damn it. Let me see. All right, I got it. And I did it without my glasses. All right. Go ahead and share that. And what is this that we're looking at, Brother David? If you wish to explain it.
Well, this is an image from. They actually tried to hide this after a bunch of controversy. This is an image taken from the I think it's called the Black National History Museum. It's based out of D.C. They've been consumed by this stupid leftist, this freaking racial critical race theory bullshit. Now, if you zoom in and just get at the highlights of the bullet points, what they're saying, all of these things, all of these habits, all of these productive habits, these are considered white culture, right? Now, my whole thing is this, and you asked us about our politics and our, or are we just socially conservative? And then maybe it's a little blend of both, and you're going to have to actually take it issue by issue. But generally speaking, you take a list like that they're calling white culture, we see no reason why Black people should be able to embrace all of that shit. And that's kind of our stance on it in a nutshell. Like, why is all this why is all that white culture? What are you trying to say about Black culture if all of these things are white culture? We reject that shit, and we think Black people deserve better.
So basically, what you're saying, if I hear you correctly, Brother David, you're saying that all the things that would normally be attributed to white folks, conservative Black folks have embraced these things as just ways of life and or conservative ways of life.
It's not white. It's logic, bro. It's not white. It's productivity. It's not white. It's common sense. It's not white. It's winning.
No, I'm saying that's what you're saying. You're saying that, things that people would normally attribute to white folks, you're saying, no, this is for folks in general. Is that what you're saying?
Right? Well, not only that, but why is a group of high-minded Black muckety mucks talking about this is white culture? Think of the symbolism in the downward push they're trying to create on motherfuckers like me. They aiming this shit at somebody like me who would otherwise not know any better.
Okay. So what kind of pushback do you get, in the real world? Because, this is YouTube. Like when you're everyday living, when you go to work, when you're around folks, your family, how do they view you? Or do you come from a conservative family who has they have conservative social and political views, you know.
Yeah, I'll start it off, man. My mom was a Black Panther. She rolled like with the big dogs, Eldridge and Huey, Bobby Seale. She rolled with them out in Oakland, moved out there, and then after she got her head on straight, she moved back to Yonkers, New York, and met my dad. Army guy, 27 years in the military. Like I said, from Mississippi, born in 35. Everything about my dad was conservative. Looking back on it, then I didn't know what it meant. But looking back at how I was raised, man, my dad instilled like everything on that chart right there you got up there, everything, rugged individualism, family structure, the nuclear family, a mom and dad, 2.3 kids, emphasis on scientific method, cause and effect. If you do some dumb stuff, something dumb is going to happen to you, basically. Being focused on history, a Protestant work ethic, you got to face it. The country was formed on Judeo-Christian values, religion. I mean, if you get down, freedom, whatever, you do what you do. But still, like I said, how was the country founded? And all kinds of stuff, being on time versus CPT time, delayed gratification, too easy. But right now, my mom kind of looks at me kind of weird, but when I check my mom, I had to check my mom. Because I tell you what, X, I don't get no pushback on this, man. Like I say, nobody messes with me. I can wear my MAGA hat anywhere. I don't get any kind of pushback. I see other people doing it, but you got to stand on yours. I stand on these values, man. It is what it is. Why the hell do I want to regress back into what I came up on? So my family, no issues. And my daughter, man, she's like, well, my oldest is like a mini version of me. She put me on the Candace. Before that, I was a Candace hater. Like, a lot of these cats be. And she was like, you got to listen to her. Listen to full speeches. And I did. Man, I was like, oh, snap. I apologize. Even ABL, man. I used to go in on ABL over on O'Shea channel. I was like, damn, man, shit, it was right all along. But so every day, man, I don't deal with this, man. My life is great. Being conservative, only thing conservative did with me was increase my bottom line about 80% and make my businesses explode. You got it, David.
Brother David.
Well, I think it's kind of like this. You just do what works, bro. And this conservative thing is founded on shit that works. And not only that, I think it's kind of ironic, especially like, we talked about the Manosphere a little while ago. If you like read between the lines on a lot of the criticisms that, a group like the Manosphere kind of like trades in, it's a very conservative or like it's a conservative movement. For lack of a better word, the Manosphere is like Black men's tiny little toe-stepping entry into the culture war. And that's really where I think, Black men kind of would do a lot of justice too. Why not embrace the culture war? We need Black men to get out there and say, you know what, abortion ain't cool. You know what, maybe we actually do need to have good families again. All this crazy shit going on isn't helpful to actually raising kids and having neighborhoods that we could be proud of. And so it's just real like a line of common sense in my mind. I don't see why it's so controversial. I really don't.
So going forward, where do you see this going? Or should I say, where do you brothers want to see it go?
Well, for me, man, it's like, man, I'm unapologetically Black male, man. I just want to see Black men succeed. That's why, man, I don't get down in any of these YouTube Manosphere beefs. I walk away from them, man. When the whole thing almost started with me and MOT, I was like, no, I ain't going there, man. You done helped me out in ways unimaginable to set my grandkids up. I'm not going to beef with you over political ideologies, man. We from the same place and we both brothers and we in the same industry and we both vets. No, it ain't happening. So, and just like with, my man over there on the other side, man, I got nothing but respect for him, man. He holding it down. He in the same industry on his main gig. So, you know what? I ain't got, like I said, I ain't got no beef. But what I want is for brothers, regardless if you in the hood, regardless if you in like a educated lame, as they would say, whatever, anything in between, take a look at these conservative values and give me an honest answer of what is wrong with being a Black conservative. How does it bother you what we do? Why should you even care? If we over here living our lives doing good, why should you care if you want Black men at the best? And then take another good look at them and see if it's something for you. If not, do you. But if you want to come over here, like I said, just join the movement. But just realize that there's no fence sitting over this side. You come over here all the way we roll, how we do it.
I get it. Me, well, I'm going to be honest. I've never taken much interest in the whole conservative thing, even though I realize that, you know, black people, we have a lot of I mean, I was raised by church folk, so, you know, a lot of the way being raised by church folk is somewhat conservative, you know, because they have, you know, these churchy values and shit like that. But I never really considered it, because like I said, I was on the plantation for a long time, and I jumped off the plantation when I got to be in my 20s, because I start to realize how little the Democrats were doing for black folks. I discovered that Republicans and Democrats didn't necessarily have black people's interests in mind. That's how I thought of politics. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be a person who votes for the person who seems like they represent, you know, my issues. Forget what they have behind their name. And that's when I became an independent. I became an independent because I feel like either side should be earning my vote. They shouldn't have my vote off top just because. You know, you have to earn it. I don't give a shit what you got behind your name. I don't care what letter you got behind your name. If you're not talking about doing some shit for people who look like me, or people who conduct business like me, or people who are related to me, or people who have the same interest that I have, I can't deal with you. I don't care what you have behind your name, what letter you have behind your name.
And that's the thing. X, Y, say, man, we don't get down politically, bro. I mean, the R and the D, the L, the green, you know, all those parties, man, it's whatever, man. Conservative values don't have anything to do with politics, bro. You just, like I said, the parties can, you know, the Libertarian Party, man, where I feel the future is going, most of the way the Conservative Party is now, I feel it leaning more towards a moderate, a populist, or like a libertarian type thing. If you see all the conservatives go that route, you notice, man, it's not a political thing. It just, like I said, right now, it just happens to be that the Republicans are the ones that have their head on straight. And all that's basically because of Donald Trump, man. Donald Trump is a populist. And what he did was he basically told people how it is. He said, look, you know, these are my nuts. I'm going to grab them. I'm going to fix the country. I'm going to do this, this, and this. And he did it. And he told folks, you got to have personal responsibility. Now I'm about to go in. We know the number one problem with niggas is they ain't got no personal responsibility, bro. They will excuse the fuck out of any criminal action. You know, you can take a look, man. What's going on in Louisville and the rest of the country? Man, this girl was a fucking trap queen to the end, standing right next to her pookie ass fucking boyfriend, who was boys with her ex-boyfriend, the one that got to put her on the warrant. This nigga blasted the cops, stood behind her, and got her shot. And all of a sudden, we gonna protest and march? Hell no. RIP to the girl. Damn. You take that and you go to your kids, you go to your daughters, your granddaughters, your nieces, and you say, look, you see what happened to Brianna? Stay the fuck away from them hood niggas. Stay the fuck away from them dope boys. Don't end up like her. Man, her family ain't saying shit. They got 12 million. And I guarantee they had to sign a statement of non-disclosure, meaning they can't speak out on this shit. They can't join any protest. They just got to take that money and run. While all these other white liberals, just like Malcolm X said, got niggas out in the streets looking like goddamn fools, burning and breaking their own communities and shit. For what? For fucking what?
Let me jump on that real
quick. You got
quick,
that, man. You got it.
That's another side of the shit that kills me, though. And this is this like a fucking bait and switch. This some 3-card money they running on us right now. You really think an organization with no morals, with no belief in morality, is going to lead us to prosperity and freedom? You really think an organization that is explicitly anti-male, openly, like, open lesbians, and not only are they lesbians, ain't like 2 of the 3 women married to white chicks at this point, like they on some race tripping, like this is a whole weird contradictory thing. Why should black men be putting our faith in that movement because it's popping right now? Fuck what's popping. I know what's work. I know what's right. I know what works, and I know what I need. And those motherfuckers are not what I need, and they're not what any other man needs at this moment. And somebody's got to be willing to like stand up and at least say, just point to them and point out how crazy they are. And that's kind of where I want to go with this whole movement too. There's a lot of crazy shit going out on the world, and at this current moment, and it's like black people, black men are being like, we're sort of being herded over to this movement because we're supposed to support it, because we're black and this is our moment to get freedom. Fuck them. They ain't offering us freedom. They don't know what the fuck we need. And ultimately, they don't care about black men's issues. They have no clue about what it's like to be a black man. They have no sympathy for the life and the death of actual black men until they can profit off that shit. Why the fuck should we be pouring any kind of energy into a movement like that? Like, this shit pisses me off to no end. And I could go on talking about that forever. And it just drives me crazy that black men especially are being like we're being pushed to support this thing that hates us and tells us to our face it hates us, and they just want to use us. I don't get it.
Man, I'll go in on that a little bit more, X, man. Is this right here, man? If you look at the current events, and you got cats in the manosphere, speaking on these, shout out Game Changer, shout out Soul Provider Speaks, a young brother holding it down for what y'all call them, Zoomers or whatever. Shout out. Thanks for having me on your stream. But man, look at the current events right now. I did a video the other day. They think black men are stupid, and this is why. They got the stripper vote, the stripper get out and vote video. I know everybody up in here probably done seen it. If not, go to Game Changer channel or Soul Provider Speak stream from earlier today. Man, you got strippers. I mean, you know what? You got bust, beat down 1 to 5s. 5 at the highest on the 1 to 10 scale. Up there telling people, we know who they was talking to get out there and vote. We got a chick with vote written on her ass talking about vote at the end of the freaking stream, making ballots rain. Man, are we that stupid? We know exactly who they're talking to with that video.
Oh, absolutely.
Come on, y'all.
Absolutely. Yeah, somebody sent me the video today and I was like, wow, man, they're really insulting our intelligence with this one.
and here's the thing, man, you think, and it's like, do you really think that what we trying to do and we trying to do for black men, we give a fuck about a hashtag? It is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is. That's it. We don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's no beef. We do what we do. They do what they do. That's the thing about conservatism. There is none. There is no beef in this shit. That's what I'm saying. But go ahead, Dave. Y'all want to speak on that video, man?
Bro, like you said, they think we stupid, man. And it kills me. They don't even think we deserve top-notch strippers. We can't get none of the girls from like the top flight stripper club. Like, damn, can I get girls on the platinum pole? You got girls sliding down the rusty pole on this shit.
So it would have been a better commercial if the strippers was dimes.
That's bro, at least, man, they could have put some effort into it, man.
I'm saying, respect my Johnson. Come on, give me something to look at here. What the fuck, man?
Yo. Shit, and man, there's 2 more things, man. One more. We already talked about Bree, but man, Gorgeous Dre out in Seattle from the American Pimp documentary. Man, I know chicks when I lived out there that did work for this dude back in the day. Bro, this dude is now a retired pimp. Decided when his Pookie brother, a convicted rapist, another Jacob Blake, got himself murked by the cops for going for his gun. And so in 2016, this dude decided, okay, my Pookie brother got killed, so I'm gonna change my life around. Instead of just coming over and speaking out against it, now he became an activist for the police, and Seattle done hired him as their crime czar, paying him $150 a year. Bro, really? And this is what Snowflake Seattle says, black men, this is your best and brightest. Go ahead.
Yo, think about this shit. Think about tell you this is some 3-card money, slip you a Mickey. I'm gonna squirt some Vaseline in your drink when you ain't looking. This some shit. Cause look, this motherfucker, they told us they were going to defund the police and reallocate the funds to what? Community policing, right? That was the story. That was the script I got like 3-4 months ago. since where were pimps involved in none of it? I had no idea ex-pimping was going to be a part of this new policing plan. How can a pimp police? Like, that
Hey, wait
ain't
a minute, David.
pimping,
Hey,
nigga. What the
David, hey,
fuck?
David, real quick. Hey, X man. Oh, let me, man. I can't. I was gonna share my screen, but I just got a message for the chat, man. To somebody in the chat. If you want my graphics, pay me for them. That's all I own. That's all that's protected in mine is my
Oh,
graphics. If you want them, pay me for them. Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead, David.
well, I'm going to do this because I'm about to end this soon. Because, like I said, I got another show like right after this, literally. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do like they do when they have those. When they have those State of the Unions, you know, they have a State of the Union, and then they have someone come up with an opposite address. So I'm going to do that in the spirit of fairness and balance. I'm going to, because I'll consider this the quote unquote State of the Union, if you will, and then I'll have a response right after. So we're going to do that like that. All right. So, like I said, we're going to try to wrap this up at 9 o'clock, and then I'm going to have my response, and then we're going to go on to Brother Nate, because I got Brother Nate and I got Baba Tunde on deck, and that's going to be a barn burner. So I those two, one stream,
Hey,
forget about it. I may not even talk.
don't forget the other night. Who were the only 3 people left standing up here? Myself, David, and Little Big Nate. That was it.
Yeah,
Everybody else ran and dipped.
Well, Nate, that's my dude right there, boy. That's my
Hold it
fucking
down.
dude, man. That's my dude. So, yeah. So, just a few more questions before I let you brothers go.
Okay.
Now you're here. Obviously, you're here. Brother David said he's not interested in fitting. Brother Trey says it is what it is. So, are you brothers concerned with the fact that you may not be you may become persona non grata? And when I say that, do you think you'll find yourselves outside of the quote unquote main circles of the quote unquote sphere because of your beliefs, not your personality per se, but your beliefs as far as conservatism goes?
And I got a whole network of black conservatives I rock with, man. I mean, that's who I rock with. And I still got liberal friends I'm cool with. It's whatever. But as far as the manosphere goes, man, I've never been over here. Like, it's for entertainment for me.
Okay. Brother David?
Bro, the internet is huge. There's plenty of space and opportunity in this internet thing for everyone. I don't even understand the nature of the problem.
But yeah, you can bring whoever up, X, man. Like I said, man, we ain't got no issue. We ain't got no beef. It ain't that type of show tonight.
No, I mean, see me, everybody knows I don't get in between people shit. And the reason why I don't is because years ago, I used to. So I know from experience that that's a bad idea, because I used to get in between the people shit. I used to, hit people in the back channels and say, yo, man, y'all shouldn't be doing this. Y'all need to work it out. I don't do that shit anymore. Y'all got problems with each other. I leave it to y'all to deal with. I don't have a problem. Notice when y'all came to me and asked me, could you come on, even though I had show scheduled, I said, sure. Whatever night you want, come on through. I try to let everybody who want to come up. Well, not everybody. I mean, some motherfuckers that's never coming up here ever. But, I try to let most folks that I deal with come up here and speak their piece. I mean, that's how we do it here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. So when y'all came to me and y'all said y'all want to come up, no problem. Sure. I mean, because I need a little clarity about this whole, conservative type thing. I mean, I have my brother Nate, he talks about it. So, it's good to hear from a few different voices. So I don't have a problem with it at all. I have a problem with it at all. Y'all always welcome up here. Like I said, you part of my league, so therefore you can't fucking leave. There's only one way out. There's only one way out. So y'all know y'all welcome up here anytime, brothers. Anytime. No problem. You already know what it is. I need to get y'all back up with, well, Brother David was on debating. You were just up here last week, right, Brother David? Weren't you just up here?
Yeah, I think so. It was me and Mike V.
So, you know, I will be hitting you up for debates, you know, as normal. Nothing changes regardless of anything else, because I try to keep it consistent with all of y'all. All right. And that's it. Any parting shots before you take off?
No, man, if you got any questions from the chat, man, I'm willing to answer anything, man. Even, you know, from whoever, bro. Anybody got any questions in the chat? I'm willing to answer, bro.
Yeah, I don't have shots at all. I just want to thank you for giving us the floor for the few minutes that you were able to open it up.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm gonna send out an email right now, so everybody check your email, and if you want to come through, absolutely come through. If not, I'll close this shit out and get ready for my next guest.
But you know, man, like you know, here's one thing though, X, I want to say.
Go ahead,
man. You know, like here's the thing, man. I want to know the so what of this, man. Here's the thing. You got brothers. You, like I said, man, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 brothers over here that I mentioned already, myself and David included, that were on the same wavelength with this idea. And you know what? We came together and was like, oh shit, we all thought of this shit individually. And we came together. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, man, we actually formed a collective. One of them things, you know, the freaking, you know, man, let me stop. 96% want is what we did. And, you know, we've been chopping it up in the back. And like I said, man, there ain't no closed doors over where we at, man. We agree. If you regardless of what anybody says, man, you come over there and chop it up with us, regardless of whatever your belief is. Man, one of the dudes always on my streams is Mike V, and we go back and forth. But at the end of the day, like, I got mad respect for Mike V because he a brother just like me. I ain't gonna all this beef and shit. We just got different opinions and different philosophies. And that's what I say, anybody, man, all this other stuff, nah, man, all video, no, stop the videos back and forth. I'm gonna holler at David before, man. After this, it's gonna be no more videos, no more any of this beef videos coming from our side. Nothing like that, man. It's business, it's acting like gentlemen, and that's it, man. We black men ain't on this pookie ass freaking ghetto ass shit, man. Leave that for them niggas in the hood. The 96%, what niggas could cry, bitch, moan every single day in the Manosphere about. They sit back, laugh, joke, just hee ha, because niggas going at each other. That's what they want to see. You know, that's what life was like back there in the days. They'd have the bucks fighting, the biggest nigga, the mandingos and shit fighting each other. And what do we got now? What are these women on? What do they want? They want these big, grimy, hood, you know, muscular, like 6 prison tattoos, freaking 8 gang charges, rape charges, gun charges, teardrops in the eyes, having dudes. That's what you talk about the financially from the bottom to the top of the 96%, bro. That's what they into. And they laugh at this shit, bro. They come over here for the entertainment of seeing thinking black men beef. That's what they do. That's why I don't get down with it, bro, man. I'm past that shit.
I get it. Don't look like anybody's. Doesn't look like anybody have any questions. I did send out some emails. No one's come through. So I guess we're gonna close this out. I appreciate you brothers coming on, stating your piece, laying it down. And like I said, man, you're welcome back anytime. I'm gonna close this out, take me a little break, probably drink me a beer, and I got to get right back on here and get my man Nate up here and freaking Baba, man. Shit, I probably won't do much talking. I'll probably be listening like everybody else, because those are quite the 2 brothers that I'm gonna have on here tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. But once again, Brother Trey, Brother David, appreciate both you brothers, man. And You know, all I can say is Godspeed, man, with what you're doing, man. That's all I can say to it, man. And you're welcome back on here anytime, brothers. Anytime.
No doubt, man.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Absolutely. Peace. Yeah. Just got off the line with Brother Trey and Brother David. We're gonna take a little break. I actually had sent an email out to get check your email, brothers. I had sent the email out, you know, if the brother wanted to come up here, if anybody wanted to come up here and speak their piece, they're welcome to do so as well. Nobody came, so you know, I guess we're gonna close it out, y'all, and get ready for the second feature of this here night, you know, because tonight is one of those nights where the old T.P.O.T YouTube page is doing this. Open your mind. Peace. Folks, once again, on the T.P.O.T YouTube page, we are back with another hard-hitting doubleheader. Yeah, we're doing the old T.P.O.T doubleheader tonight. Something that we've been doing the last couple of weeks. You know, I've been trying to give y'all a few different looks. We've been mixing it up. So, you know, we're going to do a doubleheader tonight. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little break, y'all. You know, I'm going to take a little break in a few minutes. And, you know, like I said, probably drink me a beer, take a few puffs of my Cuban, and then we're going to be right back at it. But before we close out, I want to give y'all some programming notes because we ain't finished, y'all. This week ain't out. We got a full clip, man. We got a full clip this week. And the main event of this week, well, I'll let you tell him. I'll let him tell you himself.
And now, a word from our sponsor. This exciting episode comes courtesy of Obsidian versus the world. Hey, fellas, you know my Obsidian versus the Black Love Industry series have been so popular that we here at Obsidian Radio decided to just go all out with it since everybody and their grandmama is gunning for me anyway, like, oh, it's John Wick or something. Fuck it. We're going to do a brand new show over at Brother Xavier's Prophet of Thought channel right here on YouTube. We call it Obsidian versus the world. That's right, fellas. Obsidian versus the world. This is a special show that is aimed at all the haters of your Lord and Master, Mumia Obsidian Ali. Think you got what it takes to take on the old man, Mano? Step right up and let's see what you got. In this show, Obsidian versus the world. I take on all comers, even up to 4 of you knuckleheads at the same time. That's right. Never before have you seen one man defeat 4 knuckleheads at the same time in rhetorical battle. It all goes down this Saturday at 8 p.m. EDT. Mark your calendar, get your popcorn ready, because it's Obsidian versus the world. Don't miss it. Obsidian versus the world. It all goes down on Saturday at the Prophet of Thought channel on YouTube. I'll see you then. And thank you.
Yeah, that's what that's what we got going on Saturday, and you know that's gonna be out of this fucking world. We were actually gonna debut it. We were gonna debut it last week, but you know, just shit was going wrong. A lot of shit was happening behind the scenes. So we finally got it all, you know, stitched up and sewed together. So make sure you hear Saturday night, man, 8 p.m. Eastern time on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. None other than that goddamn Obsidian will be here, and he will be taking on anybody who wants to step up, and he's taking on up to 4 people at once. You heard me. You heard me. He is willing to debate 4 people at one time. Yeah. So anybody out there who feel like they wanna you know, square off in the digital square circle with Brother Obsidian, Saturday's the day. Because he's going to be here. The topics are pretty much up for grabs as far as Obsidian is concerned. If you want to come up and debate them, I guess y'all can work out the details for the debates. But they'll be pretty much his call for the most part. But like I said, he is willing to take on 4 people at one time. So make sure you have your black behinds here, man, because y'all know that right there is just gonna be out of this damn world, man. It just is. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and close out, because I got my boy coming up here, and it's always good when my man Little Big Nate's in the house. Plus we got Bob in here too. So you already know what it's going to be here, boy. It's going to be a fucking volcano in here at 9:30. So, yeah. So make sure you stick around for that. We're going to take this little break. Don't go anywhere. Stay your black behinds here. Do not leave, because it is not over. The show has just begun. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a couple of my bullshit commercials, and then we're going to peel out of here, but we're coming right back. See you on the other side of the break.
Open your mind.
Hey guys, T.P.O.T. on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But you knew that already. Peace, folks. This is Teacher Tanisha. You're listening to the T.P.O.T. Media YouTube page. You know, now back to the show. You know.
Yeah, so we're gonna close out for a little while, folks. Like I said, man, don't stay gone long. You know, go put the kids in the bed, grab you something to eat, make you a sandwich, grab you a beer, take a few puffs of your Cuban, like I'm going to do. But come your black behinds back here. You hear me? The amount of people I see in this chat room now, I better see double when my boy come up here. You understand? Because if I don't, I will haunt your old black ass mama in her dreams. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. be floating over mama bed tonight. So, yo, we're going to get up out of here. I see y'all in about 20 minutes. All right. All right. But I will leave you with 3 words, like I always do. Open your minds.
Dark Exodus.
I see y'all in a few, folks. Bring your asses back here.
Think about this. Dark Exodus. Dark Exodus. Only from the Prophet of Thought series media.
You know.
Open your mind. 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 Open your mind.